welcome to another vlog from Homes at Heart. Hope everyone is doing well today. So thought I would just give a little bit of an update on where we're at with the house for this vlog today. So obviously for those that have been watching the channel, you know that we have recently purchased the house, although we've been living in it for a good number of years now. We haven't been able to do anything to it, so the work is now starting to commence. So today I'm just going to take you round upstairs and just give you a few updates of what's going on, what the plans are, things like that. So thankfully no walls are coming down, so we don't have to deal with any of that. So we're not talking a renovation on that level, but we are going to have to be doing some work to obviously take it back to basics and just make sure that the rooms are prepared as well as they possibly can be, basically, for decor, and then hopefully we don't have to touch it again structurally or anything like that. Fingers crossed for a very, very long time. So come with me and I'll show you a few rooms and what the plans are, and then obviously if you've got any ideas that we haven't thought of, please do pop them in the comments. I am all ears for anything that's a bit different or things that we haven't considered and other options and things like that, so please do let us know. So folks, I'm just going to start in the bathroom, but I know that obviously for those that would have watched the bathroom makeover vlog, which would have been filmed pre-Christmas now, we went through kind of the design and things like that. So go back and watch that video if you are interested. This is going to be one of the rooms where I suppose the biggest transformation is going to happen. And finally, we've decided on the tiles. I've actually got the tiles for the shower that have been delivered, and they are in the front bedroom at the moment. So we didn't want those to go out of stock or anything like that. So we've got those and they're all secure. The tile just over there, that is going to be the one that we go for. It's got an ever so slight sheen on it, but in this light you can't actually see it too much, and I didn't want it to be really, really shiny. So as we said before, there's going to be a bit of moving around in this room. So the bath's coming out completely, and we're not having a bath anymore. We're going to be having a shower. That's going to be along that back wall there, with a screen and a bit of like a walk-in vibe. Toilet will be moving to that corner, sink will be moving to here, and then this will be coming off, and we'll be having a towel warmer on this wall here, and then this is going to be redone in a bit of a better way. So we might lose a little bit of width, but that's absolutely fine, and have that shelved out and things like that as well. And then we're going for a luxury vinyl click floor, just because it'll be slightly warmer underfoot. This is just lino at the moment. I did want a pattern floor originally. I would have really loved to have had tiles, but after speaking with the fitter, he did say that obviously lino is quite warm underfoot and tiles won't be. So the click is a little bit of a medium option, basically. All the tongue and groove will be coming down, and we'll be having a ventilation system put in here, so hopefully don't have to keep the dehumidifier in here all the time, and also spotlights will be going in as well. So we'll actually gain a little bit of space, because obviously this boxing in here is hiding pipe work at the moment, so when that's taken out for the shower, we will gain a little bit of space. But we are probably going to have I'm not sure what they're called, like a toilet cabinet that side, so it'll be roughly the same, I imagine, and a bit of boxing out this side. I'm not quite sure what his plans will be, but I'm sure once he's uncovered what's going on underneath here, I think keeping my fingers crossed that there isn't going to be too many stumbling blocks with this one. So basically the whole point of getting all of this done is to try and get the whole of the upstairs floor done and dusted and replastered and everything, so that we can decorate. So this one was done a couple of months ago now. I haven't bothered decorating it yet, and one of the reasons is because I knew that ideally we'd like to get every room just done and plastered, and obviously that is quite a messy job. So they did a fantastic job here. So we had pretty much most of it skimmed, and we had these, they were wooden originally, so we had these taken out and metal ones put in. And then on the stairs, there was plaster that was disintegrating, so that had to be fully done. And they also overboarded the ceiling. So we lost a tiny bit at the top, but you can't really tell. So in here, these are the new lights. Did get the lights put up, although in hindsight, this is a bit of a bugger to keep clean, but it is what it is. So I don't really want to change any of the doors or anything like that. But I would absolutely love, and I think the plan is to colour drench here. Now, it may feel like it's dark now, okay? Even with the lights on, it's a dark room, there's no natural light. When you've got all of the doors closed, let's just close them and then I can show you 2 seconds. So as you can see, it's dark, it's a dark space anyway. And I know some of you will probably say, well, why wouldn't you keep that as light as possible then? It was light before, and it didn't make that much difference. So I'm now thinking, let's just lean into the dark vibe. So we have bought a paint colour. Now, Russ chose this. And I've only ever done a sample, so it is an absolute gamble. But I'm hoping that I can do most of the painting myself, to be honest. I don't really want to have to pay a painter and decorator if I can help it, because I'd like to do some myself. So with that in mind, obviously this ceiling isn't as much of a problem. However, this is quite high, and that is a problem. So for me to try and get up there and paint a white ceiling and not make it look absolutely horrific in terms of cutting in, we just thought, well, we'll just paint it all one colour. So we're thinking now, the plan is, to colour drench this completely. So ceiling, walls, skirting, and even I am thinking the doors, all the same colour. Now, I've started to watch quite a few YouTube videos on colours and pulling off colour drenching and things like that, and they have suggested to use a different finish on the doors and skirting to make it a little bit more reflective and to mix it up a bit, especially when using the same colour. So matte on the walls, and then you can see anyway the doors do have a gloss to them, and you can see that it catches the light. So basically it would be mirroring that. You would go for a gloss or a sheen on the woodwork, so it would just give it a bit of like dimension to it. And then the plan here is to have a gallery wall, and I'm collecting stuff for that at the moment, and then basically brass and black hardware. So obviously we've already got the rail that we put on when the plastering was done, and then I have got a black radiator cover with a shelf and some drawers to go here, which will cover this bit, and to have a little shelf. That'll be moved. I'm hoping I can get that into the cupboard that's going to be made in the bathroom, so to have a wash basket there. So either something here, open to suggestion if anyone's got any ideas, and the same here. But obviously there isn't too much room, so I was maybe just thinking a plant here or a plant there, or maybe because there's a plug here, some kind of additional lighting, maybe some cool lamp on a little table, something. But it's obviously going to have to be really, really slim, because I might as well use that plug to give it a little bit of light, a little bit of ambience. So we'll see, but that is the plan with this. So think, I suppose, kind of green, moody, library type vibe. And then I was just looking and thought, oh, do I want to do a little bit of a trim anywhere? So now I'm thinking, do I want to put like some kind of funky trim around the doors? I've seen like a bit of a beaded one, which would be quite nice. The only thing is, it'd have to be quite thick here. So has anyone done anything around their door frames that's a bit different? If you have, can you let me know what that was? Because I think it would just give it a little bit more of an edge, and something a little bit different. And then I want lots of artwork. So I don't know whether I'll put something under these lights or not. This is the problem. Obviously, this is the chimney breast from the dining room. There's nothing you can do about it. It just makes it very awkward to move any furniture in and out of here either, which is not ideal, but we have to work with what we've got. We can't take this out. It's just not part of the budget. So this is, so that's the plan for here. And then into what is our bedroom now. Theo's massive bed down there. This is a Super King, so this is quite big. So we've currently got wardrobes and drawers and things here as well. So the plan is to do a little bit of a flip with the furniture, and I'll show you the front room in a second and explain why. And it's purely to do with what things will fit when we do what we want to do with the front room. So I think the plan is to move things around in terms of the bed. We'll probably end up having to go on that wall over there. So we're getting this room completely plastered back to brick. And we're also going to have the ceiling overboarded as well, because I don't know if you can see, but there is parts of it. There's probably cobwebs up here as well. The camera doesn't pick it up, but there is bits of it that are obviously cracked underneath, and it's just not worth having to pull down all of this when we can just overboard. So we've got quite a lot of prep to do on this room. So we need to take the coving off, the skirt has got to come off, the lining paper will have to come off. And when we moved in here, we did just lining paper, because it was only ever meant to be kind of a temporary thing. And obviously that wallpaper's been up now for 8 years and it's still pristine. It's done so well. And I literally think this was 10 quid a roll from B&Q. It was not expensive by any means. And my mum put that up for me and it stood the test of time. So it's done really, really well. So back to brick here. We're getting new windows up here. All of upstairs is getting new windows because that one doesn't open. That's got a dodgy catch, as you can see, and they all need replacing. So that is the first job. Number one job is the windows in February. Bathroom in March, and then this will be done in April. So we're going to have a few months to sort things out. However, to be able to pull off 2 rooms at once, so to get the work done over a week, we've basically got to time it right. So the plan is to have the front room done on Wednesday to Friday, get that one done, and then move any furniture, because it's got to be completely clear. Move any furniture, flip it around basically, so they can do this room Monday to Wednesday the week after. So this will be going, and this is hilarious. So when we first moved in, we ordered like tons of IKEA furniture, and this has lasted us the whole time. Russ put this up first, and once he'd put it up, he literally had a pack of dowels in his hand, and he was like, I think these are meant to go in it. So that dressing table doesn't have any dowels in it. So how it's still standing, I have no idea. And it's been moved from room to room. But if you do rock it, it will go. So I think that's probably on its way out. So that's that. And then, the white furniture will end up moving to the front, and the wood furniture is going to end up coming in here. So I actually haven't got any plans for decor in here. We do like blue, that's kind of our favourite colour. So I am probably going to stick with blue of some sort. But when we first moved in, we really wanted like a really dark navy wall. And I never took the plunge. I was going to do it on this one opposite to here. I just never got around to doing it. So we haven't bothered, but I'm thinking I might do something like that. When we've decided what's what. But I do like the idea of, I love wallpaper, so I do like the idea of still having some form of wallpaper up in here. And it might be that it goes on that wall instead. But I'm completely open to suggestion, and I want to be a bit more brave with this choice of decor. So if anyone's got any suggestions, obviously it's a decent sized room, but it's not the biggest in the world, and obviously the bed takes up quite a lot of space. There will be a wardrobe put back down here, and probably a chest of drawers that side, and a different kind of dressing table over here, maybe. We'll see. And then it may be that we choose to try, I don't know if we could, I don't know how we'd do it, mount a TV here. But yeah, absolutely open to suggestion if anyone's got any clever ideas of what I can do here. Probably just going to keep a pendant light in the middle, but obviously get a new light fitting. And then this was from, they used to have their bed here as well, and they had a pulley up there, so that needs to go when it's overboarded. So I need to get the electrician sorted next. So that's the plan in this room. And then the final one is tackling up here. So this is a huge room. This is a fantastic size. So we ummed and ahed for absolutely ages about actually just splitting this room, like physically splitting it, like putting up a false wall here and building some kind of corridor to it, because it's so big, to make a little office space and to make a smaller kind of guest bedroom nook type thing. But we just can't seem to make it work because it just doesn't really allow for it in terms of the light. So it would work, I guess, because obviously the stairs is here, it would have worked if we had an open staircase. So if we had kind of rails here or something like that, but we're just not willing to basically take this wall out. And I don't know structurally what's what there, because it's not something we've explored. So instead, and obviously from a cost saving perspective, getting all this work done is not cheap. So for the interim, while obviously we have a think about it, it's never set in stone, we're going to split the room, but we're just going to do it via our basically a false partition, using one of the huge, I think it's got 25 cubes in it, Kallax units from IKEA. So basically where the bed is, the bed will go, we're going to have the Kallax unit built here and sticking out here, and it comes to very roughly the same length of the bed. Because we only use this bed for guests to stay, and we don't have that many people staying, so it just seems a bit of a waste. To be honest, it's Theo's bed, which is why it's never made up, because when I'm working he likes to lay on the bed and look out the window. So that's going to be the plan in here. Again, this room is even worse, so there's a lot of blown plaster, and it needs to go back to brick as well. So again, there's a lot of prep to do on this room. So again, picture rail down, skirting off, radiator off, etc., lining paper off, and all of that. We're keeping the fireplace, obviously. I'm not getting rid of the fireplace, but it's just a little bit. And even if you were to split the room, even if you were to have the corridor come here, it's a bit difficult having that chimney breast there. And as I say, we just couldn't quite work it out. So we think this is the best of both worlds. So with that in mind, this wardrobe will be the one that's moving to our bedroom. We don't want to get rid of this. It's a fantastic wardrobe. You can get tons in there. And I've got this set of drawers here as well. That desk will be going. That was only ever a temporary measure, to be honest, but it's ended up staying here. So the Kallax will come in here, and there'll be a desk this side, I think, for me to be able to work. And then that'll be that own window for basically that half of the room. And then we're not sure yet what we're going to do this side. So we need to see what space we've got. We'd probably, if we have anything, it'll be like a little sofa bed probably, which we could maybe fit it in there, but you'd have to drag it out to be able to pull it out, obviously, but it might sit in that corner. So yeah, that's the plan. So this is going to be like quite a fun project for us, I think, because we haven't done a lot of DIY in the house since we've been in, and we've been itching to get some stuff done. Oh, and as well, just to mention, it will be overboarded again in here, this ceiling. You can see here, there's bits of the ceiling that aren't great, and then we had a leak in the roof, which has now been fixed. So, as I say, instead of trying to tackle taking all of this off, because it's quite a big room, we're going overboard. I would love to put the picture rail back. I do actually quite like that, but we just need to see what's what. And yeah, go from there. Again, decor in here. So again, people in the comments, please do let me know how I can do this. So I would love for it to feel like two separate rooms, but obviously it's not going to be physically two separate rooms. So I need to be a little bit clever in terms of how the decor could work in here. So I really, really wanted like a kind of, you know, that dusky rose type, really like warm rose colour for my office. That was going to be the plan. And originally I thought, well, I can just decorate that wall, considering partitions here, desk is here. But obviously then when you walk into the room, the Kallax is only going to go to there. You're still going to get quite a lot of, I guess, pink when you walk in. So do I not do that? And I don't, again, with the mindset of being bolder with the decor, what would you suggest to be able to incorporate two rooms but treat them as separate? Sorry, one room but treat them as separate rooms in terms of the decor. The other thing that I would love is wallpaper in the office space. I actually haven't given this bit too much thought yet, which is why I'm umming and ahhing when I'm trying to explain. The only other thing I thought is when the Kallax unit is put up, I'm hoping to probably keep the top 5 spaces free and then put storage in the rest of it. If I've got any mood boards as I'm talking, I'll pop them in if I remember. And then on this side of it, put some MDF plyboard to cover the holes basically from this side, and then wallpaper that. So whatever colour we go for here would fit in with this side of the room. So when you walk in, it doesn't look really odd. But this side would be a really kind of funky patterned wallpaper, which my desk would butt up to, so that you could only see it if you came into this room, that type of thing. So the other thing is obviously like window dressing. Do I get different? Do I just keep it neutral curtain, or do I have a blind in this side and a curtain on that side? Who knows? This actually, let me grab it. I forgot, this might be really dusty though. It's been on top of the wall. Yes, it's quite dusty. This was the one that I really liked when we were first thinking about. Oh, I can't open it. Hold on. Oh, I've ripped it now. There's a bit of tape on there. Never mind. Send you a sample. That was what I loved when we were first thinking about the office. So basically, that would be here, like this. So I think that would actually work quite well in terms of having some kind of pattern here. So you'd probably have this much space to get a chair in and things. I'm not sure about this radiator yet either. Again, please do suggest some ideas if anyone's got any. Do we have little ones put under there? How much of a logistical nightmare is that to do? I don't know. So please let us know. But yeah, I'd be very interested to know what people thought about the colour scheme. This will be gone. So bear in mind, this will be in the other room. And the plan would be probably, I think this is the only way to do it, is to put the wardrobe, the white wardrobe here. But obviously it'll be a lot shorter. And it may be that the chest of drawers, the white chest of drawers fits in there. And we end up having something here in front of the Kallax unit. But obviously I don't want to put something huge in front of it and then take away the storage, unless we just put stuff in there that we won't be able to access. So yeah, that's the thinking at the moment. We're not going to touch the cupboard in here. Might do something with the door, but that's just going to stay as is. So yeah, that's the plan. And then these are my tiles that I've just got under here for the moment, the bathroom tiles. is this the one that's split? One of, oh, I'll just get it out for you. One of it's split at the top. So they're the bathroom tiles, which I'm very, for the shower, which I'm very, obviously not broken, which I'm very, very excited about. So they've got that nice kind of like two-tone. So folks, that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour about the plans for upstairs. So as I've said, please do let me know on the decor. I'm the type of girl that literally is on Pinterest all evening, on Vinted, looking at accessories, home accessories, furnishings, curtains, all those types of things. And the main thing this time is, yeah, to be bold and braver with the decor. Obviously when we moved in we were quite neutral, you know, I've just got the odd bit of colour here and there. We don't want to do that this time. We need to be a little bit braver, because I want the house to have personality. I don't want it to feel flat, and I know that people have these beautiful neutral homes where everything's grey, greyish, you know, all those types of tones. And if that's your style, then that's entirely up to you, but it's not mine. And the more kind of opportunity I've had to play with colour over the years and put little bits in that are more colourful and a few more quirky accessories and things, this time, yeah, want to go for it a little bit. I'm not talking, you know, full on maximalist decor, because again, that also isn't my style. I think it's very much in between. It's like that minimalist, maximalist kind of edge, I guess, but all about the kind of colour, and whether that's muted, whether that's a bit bolder. I don't mind, I'm quite open to suggestion. Obviously we love blues, and I'm thinking the contrast to that is obviously kind of like orangey tones and things, thinking about colour wheel. So I'm not quite sure. So yeah, obviously I am doing Russ's head in, looking at YouTube all the time saying, do you like this? What do you think about this? What about this colour? He hasn't really got too much interest. I think all he's thinking of is, how much DIY do I have to do? How much have we got to do ourselves? And how much money is this costing? But as I say, once upstairs is done, in terms of, you know, once the bathroom's done, it's done. And once these rooms have been plastered and gone back to brick and drywalled and everything, that'll be it upstairs. And then it just becomes cosmetic. And I don't plan to rush this either. So I do like things to be done, but I know it's going to be messy for the next couple of months, and it is what it is. Which is why, as I say, I haven't bothered decorating the hallway yet. But it is obviously a work in progress. I want to be able to collect things as we go, which is what I've been trying to do with the gallery wall. Oh, and before I go, let me just show you a little nod to what I'm thinking with the gallery wall. Look at that. I love it. I don't think I've shown you before. If I have, apologies. I got this from Holmes Market inside, and it's come off, there was loads of letters, and it came off a hotel in London. And it's huge. That's my hand. So this is going to be on the gallery wall somewhere, and I've told Russ he's got to think of a way to hang it. But I absolutely love it. So these are the things that I want to collect and build over time, so that, you know, this is not just going to be a quick fix in terms of the interior, because I like all the little unique pieces that we can hopefully put together. Yeah, as we collect stuff over the months and coming years, really. Right, folks, so I'm going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get what I'm trying to achieve. As I say, I'll pop some mood boards in and things like that if I remember to do so, what I've got at the moment and kind of where my ideas are going. But please do let me know in the comments, have you done anything like this? Have you split a room yourself? Have you done the full wall partition thing, like built it all in, or have you just used furniture to be able to create that? I know quite a lot of people do it for children's rooms, where they want to split two kids and have separate bedrooms for them, and they use something similar, but they sometimes put a curtain up as well. So I'm very interested to know, and any interior designers out there, please let me know colourways, what would work in the space that we've got and things like that. So yeah, please do let me know. I am super interested in all things like this, and these are the things that get me excited. As I've said, you know, I love being at home, I love our home, and I just want to make it as kind of joyous as it possibly can be. I want to be able to walk into our rooms and think, this brings me utter joy. That is the goal. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and come along with us as we do all of these little renovations in the house. We'll bring you along obviously for the ride, and you can see what we get up to, and hopefully it gives some of you some inspiration of what you can do in your own homes. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. And if you do like the content, please think about subscribing to the channel. 2026 is our year that we are looking to grow the channel, to be able to post more content, do all these fun things, and all things like that. So please do come along for the ride. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again on the Homes at Heart channel very, very soon. Bye for now.